Hello my viewers, I hope all is going well for you guys today. Now, on my last video I got a couple of requests to do a quote-unquote what's in my dog video, where more or less I show you guys what kind of applications I've been using, and hopefully I can teach you guys a little bit about the ones that are more not so well known. So I'm going to take you a brief tour of actually what I'm using. Most of what I actually have on here isn't too, original or very different from most people, but I'll just give you a basic overview. Here we have the Finder, App Store, Google Chrome. I think Google Chrome's a lot better than Safari or Firefox. I think it's just my personal favorite web browser, but it's just me. Address Book, iCal, iMovie, iDVD. To the right of that, we got ScreenFlow. Now, everyone who does tutorials on the web, especially on Macs, I think the best one out there is definitely ScreenFlow, and I've seen that used most widely, along with some other ones. I can't really recall the proper titles of them right now, but it's what I'm using right now to create this little tutorial, so that's kind of fun. Then we have the new iTunes, well, not the new iTunes, but iTunes, GarageBand, iWeb, and iPhoto. Now, I sadly do not have the brand new iLife. I've been wanting to get that for a little while, but I don't really use iLife a whole lot anymore, mostly moving into the Pro application range. But if you guys have the new iLife, leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think. So then to the right of iPhoto, we have Spaces, so I can keep all my work area clean and tidy. Then we got System Preferences, Tech Tool Deluxe. This is a little application that I use to make sure all my computer's hardware is running just fine. So we have the processor. We also have video RAM, I think sound cards, and more or less anything that more or less scans my computer for anything that could be potentially wrong with it. Now, nothing usually is wrong with it. However, it's just kind of one of those things that's nice to have on hand. Skip. So stop this thing. So then after that, we have Switch. Now, Switch I think is a really great program. It is a audio conversion, converting software, so you can have different extensions, such as from .mp3 to .wav or something like that. This is extremely handy. And just add a file, hit convert, put a certain output folder, and then there you go. Now you got that brand new file. And before I had Logic, or before I had any other music conversion software, that's what I always used. I still use it occasionally for like video projects if I just don't want, if I just want to get converted and done with. So to the right of that, we have the Microsoft Office series with Word, Excel. I don't even know what that program is. Entourage, never used it before, and then PowerPoint. Right of that, we got Skype, Photo Booth, Photoshop. Now, I don't do a whole lot of picture editing. However, Photoshop, whether if you're into videos or into pictures, you more or less have to have Photoshop, and it's one of those things that's almost hard to live without, because there's so many like little things that it just comes in so handy for, even for video people. So if you don't have it, if you think like I don't need it because I'm doing video stuff, definitely use it. You'd be surprised about what you can actually use it for. So to the right of that, we have Prism, and it's basically exactly the same like that Switch, that program I showed you beforehand. However, it is for video, so you can take a .mp4 and change it to a .mov or a .avi. Both these, the Switch along with Prism, is totally free, so that's kind of nice. And anywhere, any of these programs that are free that you guys can download, I'll put try to put the links below in the description. Right after that, we have Fire Control, which is a I suppose kind of like a mixing software. It could be great for live applications, even in the studio. What it more or less takes all the different inputs of my audio interface, the PreSonus Fire Studio project. It's a 8-channel mixer, and it just connects over a FireWire. It's really great, I think, for even in the studio. If like one of the musicians is like, hey, can you raise up the bass or raise up the drums, and my headphones, I can quickly just boost that up, and it's really nice, for live applications or even just in the studio. So it's one of those. It came actually with my audio interface, so it's kind of nice. Next to that, we have iChat. Then we have the full Final Cut Studio suite. Now, this has always been a long debate, either this or, Adobe After Effects and Adobe's line of video products. So I personally think Final Cut Studio It's really great. It's especially great for people who are looking into making a feature film. So for Fox or Universal or one of those big movie companies, I think Final Cut definitely is a way to go for them. I think there's more like 4K resolution applications that work better in 4K that are a little more expensive that they actually use down in Hollywood. But for the most part, Final Cut and Adobe products will kind of rule the indie market. So to the right of that, we have Finale Notepad. Now, Finale Notepad is a program. It's, again, totally free, and it's used to create music. So you can then more or less write out scores, or also can take some notes and make them into MP3s, or not MP3s, excuse me, MIDI files. So I'll just show you guys really quickly. So I will just say like new song, Alex, then said Alex. There we go. Then we hit next. Then here we have the options to add some different instruments. So like, let's say in my arrangement I want a flute along with an alto saxophone. We just hit add to those, hit next. Time signature if it's in 2/4, or also the key of the song along with the number of measures. But the number of measures is actually going to be changed in the project, so we'll hit finish. And then let's just add some random notes. I don't know, something like that. And then we can hit the play button, and I'll show you guys what it sounds like. So then you can take that and print it off, share it with your friends, or more or less whatever. So that's kind of handy. Again, this is also a free program. To the right of that, we have the Finale Reader, which is more or less a way to read all the different Finale notepads and Finale Pro version pieces of music. The Pro version, I believe, is about $600. It's a professional level application, and I've never personally played with it. I've only just used Notepad, which is kind of like the cheapo free version. But for what I use it for, it gets the job done. To the right of that, we got Google Earth. Trust you guys on what that is. Final Cut Express. Before I had the Final Cut Studio Series, I used Final Cut Express. Great way to start if you're looking into getting into videos. Then to the right of that, we have Steam, which is a online video catalog that was recently released for Macs. It's been around for ages on PCs. I believe it's all entirely made by Valve, which is a game company that makes Half-Life, and Left 4 Dead, those style of games, and those two games I think are like the best sellers of them. But more or less, you can using Steam, it's a free application, but to get the games individually, you need to purchase them. So like here, I'll show you kind of some of my games. So download or games. Here you got Gary's Mod, which is kind of like a free not really open source, but so like sort of like creation game where you can like create own levels. Counter-Strike, it's pretty fun. Killing Floor, which is like you run around and you kill zombies. It's a total blast. So on the Saturday nights when you don't have any friends or anything to do, that's where I go, and hope you do too, because we're nerds. But that's alright. Anyways, next to that is Smart Music, which is more or less a way to practice music using the computer. You can have a microphone set up maybe, and you can record yourself playing any instrument really. And I think the highlight of this software is that it has an online catalog of a bunch of great books. As you can see here, like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, but it's also got some more of the classical books along with a bunch of fun jazz books, so that's a lot of fun. And then all these are complete books that you can then download and play with. So it makes honestly practicing a lot more fun. So that's something cool if you are into music. To the right of that, we have the brand new Logic Studio. I got Logic Studio for Christmas this year. That was a whole lot of fun. It's a blast of a program to play with. Here we got the Logic Pro, which I think really for me, converting over from GarageBand, it was a fairly simple transition into this pro application. Let's see. With I already had a bunch of different hardware recording stuff, such as audio interfaces and keyboards, and I knew that Logic was going to work seamlessly with all that, versus like Pro Tools, which is still the industry standard for music production, is Pro Tools by M Audio, but you need certain hardware and certain conditions to work with it. So I don't know. I thought Logic was a good way to go, and with Final Cut Studio, I always love Apple products, so They pretty intuitive. So then to do out of that, we have MainStage, which is a program that comes with Logic. More or less, it takes all the features in Logic and uses them into a live application. To learn more about these two, along with WaveBurner and MainStage, check out Apple's website. Now, the final application, I suppose, that I use was this brand new one that I got fairly recently, and it's extremely handy. Again, it's a conversion software for converting RAR files into more or less whatever files you want. So that's extremely handy. So like, let's say you're downloading some stuff from the internet. However, it's in this RAR file type, I suppose, which I believe is a Windows-based file. I'm not entirely sure, but you can take that file, bring it into this application, hit extract, and it takes that file and converts it into a a Mac file, I suppose you can say. So it's extremely handy. I love it, and definitely recommend it. Again, I'll put the link to download this for free down below in the description. So that was a quick tour of my dock. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions of the applications that I'm using, again, leave those down below in the description. Check out my brand new website too. I forgot to mention that in the last video. It's totally redesigned. It's a lot more fast, and I highly recommend you go see it. The link will be down below in the description. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button, or so like us on Facebook. I'll update the Facebook page every time I upload a new video. So that's all. Hope you guys enjoy your day. See you later.